All right, we're back. I apologize. Not quite ready for prime time, it looks like. Let me shut this off. I think what's going to happen is Saturday, I am going to stream with my phone like I normally do because I don't want you guys to miss the stripping part. I'm going to stream with my normal way, and these are just kind of unreliable. This is a new iPad, and it's so thin and so slick. I ordered a case for it, so a case and a protector. It's brand new. This is what was holding me up from streaming before was the phone. So I got this iPad. Come on, you. And what you do, and what I did was is I touched that button, and that button killed the stream. And whoever said that, hey Craig, whoever said that was 100% right. So I don't know. It's a pain in the butt. So what I'm going to do here is I'll shut this off. We'll get to work on this Cobra a little bit. So power it off. I couldn't even figure out how to turn the darn thing off. It'll be good when I get it figured out. And I got to keep playing with it to figure it out. I've watched all the videos and all that nonsense, and it doesn't do much good. So we'll keep trying. Bear with me. Let's see if I can find the monocoat where I do not know what I did with it. I hope I didn't throw it out, which I could have. It was in a big hurry to get the place cleaned up. Ah, nope, got it right here. Of course, I could always put the other elevators on it that I already got finished. I don't like them. That's it. Don't touch the button. That thing it killed it. I swear, I don't know, do you have an iPad, Al? This thing is so slippery. It's only 3/16 of an inch thick. Man, I've dropped it about 10 times already. So hopefully when I get the case tomorrow, it'll be big enough to hold on to. Anyway, these are no good. They kind of inferior, so we'll go ahead and monocoat up another pair. Yep, don't touch the button. So that's that. We got this. We got enough monopute. Let's see what I did with the iron. The iron is here. Yeah, you use one. This is an iPhone 10, iPad Air, or I don't know what it is. My first iPad. The other one that I had has a nice case on it. It's an Android. This one's a little bit bigger, but this one here wouldn't handle a Mevo app. So I got to do what I got to do. So like I say, the regiment for this weekend, Saturday at John's, is going to be to prime this fuselage and to strip the Junar. So we need to do that side first. You hit the power button and it shut off. Yeah, I hope so. I have an iPhone and I like Apple products. The iPhones. But I've never used the iPad. I guess we could plug in the iron. We're going to have to be using that. I know somebody made mention that I don't stick on one project till it's finished. Well, I'm sorry, guys. I can't paint here. So I got to do what I got to do. You know, I try to. Last night, I didn't come on because I was trying to figure the Mevo out. Well, I couldn't figure it out, so got the iPad today, and that solved the problem. I'm working the kinks out. It'll be fine when I figure it out. You're not supposed to do it that way. Yeah. Okay. You can't do that. Yeah, well, watch me. Well, I hope you guys will bear with me on my learning curve. But you know, like when I built Stunt Hanger, I don't know. I don't know who it is exactly. They didn't make it on my. They didn't make the comment on my stream. They made the comment on Charles's Hangout. It's a typed comment, and he's really whoever's looking. They're looking for this airplane. Well, okay. Like I say, I can't paint here, so and I'm not really the guy to show you how to monocoat. Lou Rankin is, not me. I'm a painter, but we'll get it done somehow. Let me see. We got this. We need a scalpel. Something. Thought I seen one. Where did I see it? There it is. Greetings from Scotland, Hootman. Let's put a new blade in this thing. You know, this monocoat really is tough on these blades. Another reason that I want to get the Mevos working is it's wireless. And I will make it work. Just a matter of figuring it out. Oh, I was going to tell you, when I built Stunt Hanger, and you'll notice for the most part, I think we have about 99.95% uptime. I mean, I very rarely have an issue with Stunt Hanger. The reason being is, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Got another email from China about them wanting to steal Stunt Hanger's name. I wrote him back. I said, without me, there is no Stunt Hanger. Good luck. Again. Hopefully they speak English. That was just this morning. They just want me to pay some money to do, I don't know what the hell they want. I think everybody in the world knows what Stunt Hanger is and knows who I am. So if you see a Chinese Sparky, you know it ain't me. They're going to be sadly mistaken if they're thinking they're going to get rich off the Stunt Hanger name. Because there's no money in it. I find it pretty funny. we got a little issue here on the end. Not that I'm a pro monocoater, but I know from experience of covering with tissue, and especially because this doesn't shrink, pull, or whatever, you got to cut that excess material away, or else you'll have a wad there. You know, most of this stuff is just common sense. If you look at, look at John's stuff. His stuff looks great. He takes his time. Of course, he has a pretty nice shop to work in, but you can do it in a little shop like I've got here. Take your time, make sure everything's perfect before you go on to the next step. Very rarely do I go to bed with a screw up. I'll stay up and fix it before I go to sleep, so that one, I don't forget, and two, that's just my makeup. I can't sleep. Okay, so we got one bottom done, 25% done in 15 minutes. We'll make it. Yeah, you got to screw up. I can't sleep. I got to get it fixed, or at least on its way to being fixed. If it's a humongous screw up, like the 2 weeks, was it 2 weeks or 2 days? I don't know. It was right before the Nats one year. I flipped the Viper off my workbench and broke it right behind the trailing edge fuselage. I did not fly that airplane that year. I can't bring myself to fly a broken airplane or one that's not 100%. Man. No, I'm not kicked out. What you don't understand is I took all this dope and stuff from under the workbench and put it in a box, put it in my car. All the paint got cleaned out, and it wasn't here when they came. I don't think they'd have a good sense of humor. So I'm good for another year. Except I don't think I'll be here another year. I had all my bills paid off until I Mevoed. Now I'm $1,500 upside down again. Monocoat is a pain to peel, but Ultracoat is way easy. Yeah, this is some old Monocoat, original Monocoat from about, I don't know, 15 years ago. Now here's where it gets a little tricky, because if you just iron it down, you'll have a bubble. So I got to pull it to the edge, tack it, and then shrink it. Yeah. And we got a bubble going there. Turn it up a little bit more. A little more heat. It's making a bag now, so it has no way for the air to escape. The first side's pretty easy. There we go. We got it. And I keep saying this over and over again. When you're monocoating, you want to heat the monocoat the least amount possible. This board right here is a piece of particle board that it's a shelving. It's a shelf from Home Depot, and I went to Joan Fabric, and I bought a roll of cork. It's not really cork; it's some type of cork material for something, I don't know, some woman's project. And I bought a yard of that, and I glued it to the top of this. It works all right. I mean, I got glass behind me. Come on. Here we're having the issue. I don't have anybody to hold this. So it's hard to maneuver. We'll get it. See, if you look here, I got a wrinkle, and I got a wrinkle there. I got it though. Can't have no stinking wrinkles. Good evening, Gary. Well, we'll just give it a whirl here and see what happens. Yeah, I got it. I got it. See, I need somebody to hold this so I can pull it. I have no way to hold it. There we go. Yow. I'm going to keep the iron off my fingers. I leave about 1/8 of an inch overlap. Like I said, not that I'm a professional monocoater. I'm not. Just common sense. Evening, Mark. Now there is one nice thing about the Mevo, and I'll probably bring the Mevos over there to John's, but we'll go ahead and stream with the phone, is that I can record the SD cards. Then I can upload an edited video. So that's probably what's going to happen for the first go around, because I'm having a hard time making it work. If I was 12 years old, man, it'd work like a dream, I'm sure. But there's not enough time left in life for me to learn all this crap. Thank you, Mark. That'll go a long ways to help pay for the Mevo. Mevo 3-pack was $1,000. iPad was $500. The headache, priceless. But that's what I do to bring good content to you guys. I'll keep investing it in there. Because I really want to be able to do the 3-cam shots out at the field. You know what? I'm on StreamYard right now. We can highlight good old Mark. Yeah, it works good if I could figure out how to work it. My iPhone wouldn't drive the thing. It would do one camera, but it wouldn't do 3 cameras. Now they're using them to stream baseball. No, I didn't pick up a used iPad. I bought it off Amazon. I think it's new old stock because it's a 4th gen instead of a 5th gen. Shit, they might even be up higher than that now, but it's a 4th generation iPad Air. And it'll work good enough for what I got to do with it. I don't intend on editing photos or anything like that, so it's strictly to run the Mevos. Like I say, there's live streaming baseball games, church services, bowling. I don't see why it won't work out at the field. So I got my pocket modem. Yeah, that thing will be fine. It was brand new. It was all wrapped up in the package and all that. I'll show you here. This box was sealed. Came in this box. That was in there, and the charger and all that business was in like that. Inside a factory wrap. Inside a factory sleeve. Like I say, it's a iPad Air. The live streams are great. Well, we're gonna try. We're gonna try. I really try to bring good content to you guys. You know, I know that I don't maybe stay on track like some would like to say, but you know, how much sanding can a guy do? How much half-A-ing can a guy do? So we're gonna do this airplane this weekend. You know, I only got an hour to work on it every day. And this is a giveaway airplane, so can't be too excited about it. Then somebody said on there, you know, I strive for perfection in everything I do. Then somebody said on the stream, well, that's good enough. You know, because he's heard me say good enough for who it's for. It's a giveaway airplane. Yeah, but I'm still going to do the best job I can. No matter what I say on the stream, I'm trying to make this a nice airplane. Okay, we got enough here? Yeah, we do. We do. I think the hardest thing for me to do is going to be to find somebody to give this to. I gave away that Nobler, half-A Nobler at the Nats that one year to a girl, a young girl who was watching. She was about 10. Off the subject, but I found my continuing problem with the 215 Fat Boy fuel pump keeps going out. Local guy said not to keep trickle chargers on all the time. No. You can leave the trickle charge on, no problem. That charger has a sensor in it. When the battery's full, it shuts off. If you're using what I think you're using the Harley battery tender, one that has a lead on the battery and you just plug it in. There's another ongoing issue with the fuel pump somewhere. Yep, don't worry about the battery charger. The guy didn't know what he's talking about. There's another. How many times has it gone out, and what are the symptoms when it goes? And I'll see if I can diagnose it from afar. Well, I can tell you this. The gas we get today is crap gas. And three times I turn the key, the pump does not start. Well, how do you know it's a fuel pump? Could be the relay. The motorcycle he's talking about has a fuel pump in it. It has, I don't know, I think 10 screws around the top. Maybe it's a dozen screws around the top. Is that, let me see, does that come in from the top or the bottom? Shit, I can't remember now. Fat boy, what dashboard does it have on it? Yeah, it has a. No, that might go in through the gas cap. It's only been 10 years or so since I worked on a motorcycle. Anyway, when you take it out, it has a long screen on it, and it's the filter. And the gas we get today is crap with all the methanol and all that other BS in there, and it kind of attacks that fiber. Those fibers break down and get into the impeller. If they hang the impeller up, it could burn the motor up. I would have to be on hand to give it a true diagnosis. I mean, to just, I worked on Harleys for 30 years. And for me to just, off the top of my head, 1,000 miles away, come up with a diagnosis, and I have done it, but it's pretty tough, and to make 100% certain diagnosis. First thing I'd look for is the relay. There's a flow chart. If you get a service manual, and I don't mean I can't remember the Haynes or not one of those. If you buy the Harley Davidson service manual, they're about the size of an LA phone book. Might be two of them. Matter of fact, there is for that bike. No, there's not. There's one for the FLHT, but the FX models only have one service manual. Anyway, you buy the factory service manual, probably about $150. Harley Davidson has the best service manuals on the market. They will give you an step-by-step that any retard could follow the flow chart. Touch this wire, what happens? Touch that wire, what happens? So on and so forth. And they will walk you, that flow chart will walk you through testing. Anybody can do it. Anybody can do it. If you can read. And no, I'm not saying that you're a retard, Mark. I just made that statement. Anybody can do the could do my job. You can read. Back when we really had to be mechanics and not parts changers, back in the shovelhead days, that's when not everybody could do my job. Because the crankshafts were 3 pieces. You had to do bearing fitment. There was a lot of math involved. Measure the journal, measure the bearing, measure the inside of the rod. True them up within half thousandths on a set of row truing stand. Cut valve seats. You used to turn our own valve guides. You had to be a machinist when back in the panhead and the shovelhead days. But now they came out with Evo, and that kind of put the kibosh on that old time motorcycle mechanic and stuff. I asked a guy one time, "Do you know what a growler is?" He said, "No, what the hell is a growler?" Well, that's what you put the armature on for the generator to see if it's any good. You take a hacksaw blade, you set it up there, should vibrate. If it doesn't vibrate, it's no good. And as you turn it over the commutator, I've asked people to explain dwell. They don't even know what that is because there's no such thing as points anymore. And I have heard all kinds of stupid explanations of what dwell is. And there's only one correct explanation. And that explanation, for you guys that are interested in what is dwell is the time measured in degrees of crankshaft rotation that the points are closed. That's coil saturation time. And the optimum saturation time is 32 degrees. You cannot load a coil more than 32 degrees. You can leave it on all the time. It's still only going to take 32 degrees worth. That was taught to me by Ken Gardner at American Eagle McCormack Products about 45, a lot more than that, but a long time ago, 40-some years ago. Oh, that's what happened. I'm on the floor. I get a kick out of especially motorcycle mechanics. I don't look like I know what I'm doing. And I'll go in and I'll ask somebody something and listen to their explanation. God, what a bunch of morons. They are training dummies. In about 2 seconds of watching a mechanic, I can tell you if he knows what he's doing or not. Just how he holds the tools. I know you don't believe it, but yeah, timing magnetos. A magneto's a different story. It doesn't have a coil in it. It has, so to speak, it has, the magnets are running past the field, and as they run past the field, the spark ignites. like a Joe Hunt mag or something like that. They have like more like a capacitor inside. It's not really a coil. Same theory, but different setup. I can tell you how to set points and dwell on any knuckle, pen, shovel, anything with points in it, with common things that any motorcycle rider will have on his person, or at least they used to. And that is a matchbook and the cellophane off a cigarette pack. Set the points to the thickness of a matchbook on the high part of the lobe. Put the cellophane between the points. Take out the timing plug. As the timing plug comes up, just as it breaks the timing window, not in the center, but just as it comes into the timing plug hole, you have a little tension on that cigarette paper, and you turn the points plate until that cellophane will just slide out, and that's right on the money. Static time, anyway. It'll get you home. Guy just, I love points. Yeah, right. Well, why do you like points? Because you can fix them on the road. Yeah, well, what put you on the side of the road in the first place? The points. That's all right. Some of them guys were diehards, boy. When I started writing maps, I really liked fuel injection. And they're not that difficult. You know, crank position sensor, map sensor, bank angle sensor. They're pretty simple. If you can read. I never blew a motorcycle up on the dyno, but I sure burn up a guy's brakes. Let's see. Now, it was not that simple to get the brake correct on an IC engine. If it was that simple. It is that simple. You ever hear my Super Tigers run? I've been using that same setup. I don't know, 30 years, I guess, anyway. And it's real simple. My engines are stock. I didn't have any Randy Smith motors or anything like that. And my best running engine is still a bone stock Super Tiger. But it's getting tired. So Bowman's not making rings anymore, so I went to the Bryant Gardner ABC liners, and they work good, but they're stock timing. And I'll tell you how to set them up. stock head shim, 1 stock head shim, Randy Smith Venturi, which is a Delron Venturi, a Randy Smith spray bar, 80 threads per inch instead of 40. Stock head. Been using Thunderbolt plugs, but the Enya 4s work okay. The fuel is 10, 10, and 10, which is 10% nitro, what I use all year long. 10% nitro, 10% Caster, 10% Klotz, which is Sig Champion Super Fuel. Of course, we got a guy here in town that mixes it for us. Lou, Rankin Lou's Brew, that's 10, 10, and 10. The magic thing that makes a Super Tiger work, the magic thing is a 13.6 rev up. It's the magic in the wood. You can put a volley on it. And yeah, the prop is cool because it's carbon, but it don't work as good as a 13.6 rev up. I never use a tack. I let it go at, yep, that's it. You just got to keep flying it till you get the lap speed right. 66-foot line. John really hates that I don't use a tack. Tack it, tack it. Why bother? I get it set one time in the spring, and it'll stay that way all season long. Never have to change. If it sounds fat, don't worry about it. It'll unload when it gets off the ground. I've run them that way for 30 years, exact setup, and they run perfect. You can listen to all my Super Tiger runs. I mean, there is no better run. Not that I've heard anyway. We figured it letting it go about between 85 and 9,000 RPM. And it'll get up in the air and back off and just burr, 4-stroke along. Now, if you got a big pig airplane, you're going to have to run different propellers. I would suggest a 13.5 rev up and screaming a little higher on the bandwidth. But seeing that I try not to build lead sleds. Now my PA-75 sound very similar. I run them very similar. And there's nothing wrong with a PA-75. I mean, they sound like a big Super Tiger running, but it's an ounce heavier and you got to use 2 ounces more fuel. So that's 3 ounces more in the nose. And I keep trying. I got 2 of them. I keep trying, but I'll guarantee I ain't going to like it. That stinker in the nose. Okay, let's see what happens here. Guy from Spain got a hold of me. Can't remember his name. Wanted to know how I guess he heard my Super Tigers run on a video. Want to know how I set it up? And I told him exactly what I told you guys. Okay. Well, we run a little longer tonight because of all the Mevo screw-ups. I will get that figured out. If you guys see a video that doesn't have a title, like I'm doing something, silk spanning or something, I'm screwing around with the Mevo. And yeah, I can use your help because I really don't know the end, the outcome unless I got feedback. How's the sound? Like the one guy said, it's a little weak, so I turned it up. All right. So tonight we finished all the monocoat up. All that's left is to paint the thing. Paint the thing and tie off the lead outs and we'll go fly it. You finished the Hellcat profile. Came at 47 ounces. Hang on a FP40. Just breaking it in on test stand now. Well, I used to run FP40s too. Gonna freak you out when I tell you what I used to run on them for propellers. Same thing that I ran on my 32F. 11.45 APC. You turn that motor up, let her scream. You guys need to think about, you compare propellers to motorcycles. First gear would be a 10.2 or a 11.2 propeller. Second gear would be 11.3. Third gear would be 11.4. Fourth or fifth gear would be 11.5, and then 11.6. What is the idea of the Ventura you run? On what? Super Tigers? I don't know. I haven't measured in a long time. I don't have a metric drill set or a number drill set here, so I can't tell you. It's probably I'm just guessing. It's probably an 8 or a 9 number. I'll measure it out one of these days. I'll bring my drill set home and measure it. Just order it from Randy. Say I want a stock Venturi. And whatever he sends is what I use. All right, so we got a little more done on this. Really appreciate you guys watching. I'm going to eat dinner now. Like I say, if you see another video of Mevos, we got Mevos everywhere. I got, in order to stream that I want to, I got 1,000, 1,500, 2,000, $2,500. I got about $3,000 in gear, and that doesn't include the modem, the wireless modem. And hopefully I'm going to be able to do this. Because not only do you have to have good video, you have to have good audio. So I'm running the Rode. I'll show you the setup before I sign off. Let's see here. What does it take to do a good live stream? I don't know. We ain't got it yet. Working on it. We're working on it. And I'll get it eventually. So, we got two Rode wireless mic tabs. The Mevo on top, the Rode's here, the splitter. And I got a boom Mevo. And then a number 2 Mevo over here. So, hopefully I can bring this to you. Right now, this is the microphone that we're running on, because I had it up on a boom, but I got to have the boom for the Mevo, so I'm working on it. I'll get it figured out. Appreciate you watching. Thanks for the super chat, Mark. Gonna run to a 1 1/4 to start, or 11.4. 11.4. That'll work. APC is a good profile for that FP40. All right, guys. Like, subscribe, share. We'll see you Saturday. The last thing, of course, is let's go, Brandon. You bet. See ya.